Welcome to Beyond the Campfire, the Dead by Daylight podcast where we dive into the stories, secrets, and strategies behind the horrors and heroes within the fog. My name's Dogbomb, and I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, Lemon. Lemon, how are you?
Hi, Dogbomb. I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you. We've got some comments. I would like to share them with you. Is that okay?
Yes, please.
So we had a comment from 3 pods ago on the shape.
Yeah.
And it was from Ginge. I don't know if you remember, we talked about Ginge being bad at directions.
I do remember.
And they said, I'm actually very good at directions, which, is a lie. But, it's comment. It is engagement.
Yeah, I feel like we need proof.
No, I'm not seeing any proof.
Me neither.
Then we had a comment on the Laurie Strode episode 2 episodes ago from Isaac, who said that they never knew that Halloween had branching timelines. They also commented on the skill check question that I asked, but said without the skill checks, the game wouldn't really work. And they have watched all of the original Halloweens, but not the newer ones, so they are going to have to watch them soon. Thank you, Isaac. And on the last pod, we had a couple of comments. One from Drunk David, talking about chests. We asked if anybody knew about chests and the history of chests, and Drunk David did. Regarding chests, they have always been in the game / a way for survivors to find items. However, regarding the mechanics of them, in the early days of the game, if you opened a chest empty-handed, survivors would automatically equip the item in the chest, which I think is neat, and unsure why they removed that feature.
Yeah, I really like the idea of that. If you are empty-handed, you just automatically get it.
Yeah, I was sort of pondering on this. I'm wondering whether it's something to do with the rummaging, and they've changed a lot of the chest perks and things. So I'm wondering if it's something to do with that, or a kind of timing thing, because it does take an extra bit of time to take something out of a chest.
Yeah, I
So
was
with the
also
animation,
thinking if there had come more items to the chests.
possibly.
Like maybe in the olden times, it was
The
just
olden
like
times.
a toolbox, a medkit, and a flashlight. Like now
I
that
don't know.
maybe there's keys, maps, the fat bombs.
Yeah, the fart bombs, they added those last. And then we do have another comment on our last pod from Isaac again, this time answering our questions. So you asked, do people think whether the hag is dry or slimy? Isaac said, the hag is definitely dry, although the hand that they hit with is weird and slimy, probably from all the blood she drinks. The PTB looks amazing. I'm really looking forward to the map and the Survivor perk 2 steps ahead. I actually know nothing about the new Survivor or the perks or anything, so I don't know what that is. Because it's windows of opportunity, but better. Interesting. They also said that they're excited for Ace Visconti. And I'm excited for Ace Visconti, but we won't move on to that just yet. So last week you asked everyone whether they felt the hag was dry or slimy. What are your thoughts, Lemon?
I think she's dry as bone.
And I think she's very, very slimy.
Why?
Because she comes out of the ground as like a mud monster, and then she kind of slimes it. Like, it's got like a slimy sort of.
No. That sound is because when she comes out of the ground, all the mud is dried on her. So when the mud breaks, it makes that sound.
And it's more of a. Not whatever damn sound you made.
That was a duck, sorry.
Yeah, Donald Duck coming to Dead by Daylight when?
Next week.
My question was, what is people's dream map location? If you could have anywhere from anything. Have any thoughts on that?
I would like to hear your thoughts first.
I would like more kind of fantasy stuff, I think. Um, so like pirate map type thing. I know there's the swamp with the big boat and stuff, but like we've got the Houndmaster who's a pirate. So I think
Yeah,
something to do with like I don't know,
on a
shipwreck
ship?
type thing would be cool. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Closed in shipwreck with water around the outside. That'd be cool.
where you
How
could
about you?
fall off and drown?
Not that you could fall off, but some kind of way of
Good,
stopping you from falling off.
good. So we can still play with Ginge.
Exactly.
Well, I was thinking it could be fun with more like realistic maps,
Mm.
like a capital city center, Copenhagen, London, Madrid, like Paris. Like that could be fun, but also maybe like locations like the Mall of America,
Yeah, mall would be a good one.
like but realistic places could be fun.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree. More realistic
Yeah.
places.
So where you run past the Eiffel Tower or in Copenhagen, the Little Mermaid, or
Hmm.
what do you guys have in London?
I
Big
don't
Ben?
know. Like Banksy
Uh,
and dog poop.
is that it?
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, so maybe not London, but Copenhagen, Mall of America.
What have we been playing this week?
Well, we have been playing 2 versus 8
We
until the
have
end.
until the end. So we're recording this on Monday, and the end is imminent. By the time this comes out on Wednesday, it will be gone, unless they extend it again? Question mark.
I wish, but I think they would have said it over the weekend.
Yeah, I don't think it's coming back. Have you enjoyed it, 2 versus 8 this time? I've heard
Yes.
mixed things from different people this
I
time
have really
around.
enjoyed it this time, except for Chucky and Ding Dong and Ghostface.
Is that just because we just played with them on
No, it's just because they are fucking annoying.
Yeah, I've enjoyed playing Killer this time around on 2 versus 8. That's what I've been doing on my streams, although on Sunday just gone, I did a bunch of open lobbies, and that was really fun as well, having, like, 7, 8 people in with me. Yeah, and I felt like this time streaming 2 versus 8, I've had lots of people coming into chat, which I don't normally
Mm,
have when I'm playing DBD, so that's been quite nice.
yeah. It's been fun.
I've heard a rumor that the Blood Moon event is just around the corner.
Blood Moon event.
The Blood Moon's the one where we have like cans of blood that we carry around, and tip into the gens to make them go.
Yeah. Why are we doing that again?
I don't know. It's that's some reason. Dead by Daylight loves it. Behave, you love a blood moon.
It's just blood is so messy.
Anyway, that's event apparently happening this month, so that might pop up before this podcast release. We don't know. The Grimoire voting is done, I believe. Have you done any more voting on the Grimoire?
I have not voted at all on anything.
I have. I voted on
Oh,
today on I voted today on the last ever Grimoire, I think,
wow.
because they're asking about the naming of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's down to like naming the character and
Did you write
um
Dogbomb?
no, 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 you don't get to write in.
Oh,
You've just got to
okay.
pick from. I mean, if you could write in, it'd just be called Survivor McSurvivor Face, right?
Oh, that would be a good name.
That's how the internet works. But yeah, we're down to the naming and stuff. I think I picked the name Grace because it's all about religion and stuff, and I thought having a character called Grace would be a good fit. It feels like it's gone on forever, this grimoire shit, though.
Yes, true.
It does feel like it's just gone on forever and ever.
Since last year.
Yeah, and I'm not that engaged with it, but I did. As I was looking for news today, I was like, I wonder if it's still going on. Went and had a vote, so I'm now part of it.
Good for you.
Thank you. And the PTV's ended as well now, and we're just waiting now for the release of the new Survivor in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Again, my rumor mill says March 16th, so we'll see if that holds true. This week, we are talking about the luck, the risk, and the controlled chaos of Ace Visconti.
So, Dogbomb, I know that Ace Visconti is your main character, but
That's right.
are you really ready to know more about him?
I really am. I know nothing about him. Please tell me.
Okay. So we first saw Ace in Dead by Daylight in Chapter 3 of Flesh and Mud on the 8th of December 2016 together with last week's killer, the Hag. And again this week, I will read the tome so you don't have to.
Thank you.
In the in-game bio, we do learn that Ace is a charming guy. He is from Argentina, but he has some sharp Italian looks. And his hair has some grey streaks in it. You know the type. And then, of course, he has a silver tongue. It is described that he could pass for an aging 50s movie star. So, English is my third language, so I can understand this in two ways. Either he could be like an aging movie star in the 1950s, or he could be an aging movie star in his 50s. Which one do you think it is?
It's the first one. He's like a 1950s movie star who's just slightly past it. So he's in his sort of his late 20s,
But the
something like
grey
that.
hairs, yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's when they start to set him.
No way. Ace grew up as a poor boy in Argentina. So from a young age, he had to take care of his own luck. That is why he started to gamble and scam people. And as he is a very smooth-talking person, he could seduce his way to the top, where he had anything he could ever need. But Ace liked to play with high stakes, and somehow money sort of disappeared between his fingers. This was never really an issue for Ace, as he was sure he could just make more money or win them. When we look in the memories from Ace, we meet him entering a sports bar called the Ooh-Ohs. He had just watched an MMA fight for women, and the champion, Mika James, had knocked her challenger out in the very first round. As excited Ace was after watching the fight, he was ready for the next thrill. So he finds his buddy, Wallace, and sits next to him. Wallace tells Ace that he has not missed anything at the bar yet, as the bowl is getting prepared. Ace laughs. He's so excited. And he says to Wallace, "It is only at Ooh-Ohs you can find a guy that will swallow a bowl of slugs for a bet." Ace takes a good look at the idiot that is going to swallow a bowl of living slugs. And his instincts tells him that the idiot is actually going to do it. Ace had won some money from Wallace from the MMA fight. And he would not mind getting some more money from Wallace. Ace tries to inspect the idiot closely. He wants to make sure that he has the gut for the slugs. And as we all know, most people would puke trying to swallow the first slug. But after inspecting the guy, Ace feels sure that the idiot is the real deal, a sure thing. So Ace says to Wallace that they should double their last bet. Wallace just nods and assures him that he's going to lose. Behind the idiot that is preparing to swallow the slugs, Ace sees Micah James in the bar. Their eyes meet, and so I have an issue with this part I'm going to read. And I felt so embarrassed just writing it. Like I was crumbing my toes on behalf of Ace. So their eyes meet, and Ace points down to his fan t-shirt and gives her the thumb up for defending her MMA title. So even though it's not told anywhere, any places, that Ace has children, he's definitely a dad.
He's a daddy.
This is a dad thing to like point down to your t-shirt and thumbs up.
I feel like I know it doesn't say it in the law, but I feel like it was finger guns.
Oh, it could have been.
Double point, double thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yes.
But Mika pretends like she has not seen him at all, but that she is looking past him in that direction. Because, oh my god, he's embarrassing. But Wallace looks up and sees Mika, turns to Ace and says, "She could kick your ass in no time." But our cool guy Ace is like, "Nah, I'm twice her size and I have twice the strength." They start to discuss if Ace could last 5 or 10 minutes against Mika. But they get interrupted by the bell. The bar goes silent, and the idiot lifts a bowl of thick, moist slugs towards his trembling lips. Ace grabs his lucky alligator tooth, holds it tight in his fist, and he just knows in his gut that this idiot can do it, and that Ace will be laughing all the way to the bank. The idiot slurps down one slug after another, and at one point it almost looks like he is enjoying it. But at the last slug he stops, and it's dangling out of his mouth. Then the idiot smiles and swallows. But the slug is not going down as planned. They can all see the lump in his throat where it's squirming. Then something happened, and maybe the slug tickled the gag reflex. As the idiot stops smiling, the whole bar goes silent, and the idiot starts to move around uncomfortably in his seat. And then a projectile of slug shoots out of his mouth. And Ace had just lost everything to Wallace. Wallace just laughs, and then this time he is the one saying, "Double or nothing." If Ace can last just 5 minutes against Micah James. Ace wants to know what's in it for Wallace. And the answer is that Wallace wants his alligator tooth if he loses. Ace hesitates, And then Wallace asked him if he wasn't twice the size and had twice the strength of her. Ace looks over at Mika, and then he nods at Wallace, letting him know he will knock her out in 2 minutes and buy her a drink. Because he's cool like that. The fight is arranged very quickly. And Ace sees Mika stepping towards him. And then all he sees is black and some fading stars, questioning what she had hit him with. He looks at the time, 30 seconds. He's not sure if the timer is rigged, or maybe time itself had slowed down. 2.5 minutes into the fight, the crowd is going wild. Ace no longer has a goal of knocking out Mika. He just wants to survive for another 2.5 minutes. But maybe if he just could get one punch at her. Just one. The minutes feels like hours. And 3 minutes in, he's ready to give up. It's just that his damn pride won't let him. He knows that the best thing would be to give up before she breaks another rib on him. But he just can't lose another bet. He will win, even if it is the last thing he ever does. Mika smashes another fist right at his swollen face. He managed to keep his balance, and he even tries to smile at her. And as soon as his swollen lips looks kind of a smile, Ace is back on the floor. The crowd is laughing. But Ace is pushing himself over to his belly, gets himself up, and even though his legs feels like spaghetti, at this point, he has a broken nose, and he realizes that she doesn't want to win. She wants to knock him out. But he won't let that happen. And again, Ace tries to smile at her, but Mika is still faster and gets his head into a headlock and throw him onto a table. The table breaks, and something in his chest breaks. Maybe a rib, even though he was sure he had no more intact ribs. He gets up again, but this time he grins at her and gets her up against the wall. This is the punch. He shoots his fist at her face. But Mika drops to the side and Ace hits the stone wall and breaks his hand. Before he knows it, Mika gets him thrown into the crowd. He feels a sharp pain in his mouth, and he has lost a front tooth, and blood is dripping out from his lips. There's 20 seconds left on the clock, and all Ace can think about is his alligator tooth, and there's no way he's giving up. He just needs to survive 20 more seconds of Mika beating him up. Every time he gets to his feet, he gives Mika a crooked smile. But as soon as the bell rings, he collapses on the floor. When he looks up, he sees Wallace. Wallace has a handful of cash in his hand and looks down at Ace with a newfound respect. He pulls Ace up and hands him his front tooth, while Ace is telling him that he is a bastard for betting on him and winning all that money. Wallace takes Ace to the hospital. But again, Ace is like any other man and tells Wallace, "It's all good, I don't need a doctor." Wallace laughs and say he needs a doctor, a dentist, and a fucking shrink. And that is where the memories ends. Later, we don't know how much later in life, but Ace has a lot of debt with the wrong kind of people. And when they come to collect the money, Ace is gone. They don't know if he was tipped off or where he went. But one thing everyone could agree on is that Ace Visconti will survive against all odds.
What a guy.
He's such a dad.
What a guy.
He's such a dad. Him pointing down on his t-shirt. Oh my god, it's so embarrassing.
Oh, I just love the fact that he just kept smiling all the way through it.
His crooked smile
So good. So good.
without his front tooth.
Yeah. And why a bowl of slugs? That is so weird.
It is, but it took up quite a big part of the memory.
Was there no video with this one this week?
Yes, there is. There is a video. It's kind of just showing the fight between
Mm.
Mika and Ace and how he's beaten up.
Oh.
So
cool.
there's no like additional ending as we have seen in some of the other characters.
We just get to see Ace beaten up.
Yes.
Super.
And
Good
it's
stuff.
not too bad.
I've not watched that. I will watch that later, I think.
You should.
And the bar was called what? O-O's? O-O's?
It is called, let me Ooh-Ohs.
O-O's. Okay.
Ooh-Ohs.
What a strange name.
It is.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you. I now have a new lease of life on Ace. A better lease of life? No, not really.
So now I'm excited to hear if there's more dad moves in his perks.
Well, let me tell you all about his perks. Ace Visconti. He is the survivor embodiment of high risk, high charm, and questionable decision making. His whole kit revolves around luck, aura reading, and squeezing extra value out of items. He is probability over panic. A couple of bits of trivia. I don't know if you saw these bits of trivia, Lemon, but Ace may be married. He wears a silver ring on his ring finger in his model, which I didn't know. This is the first I've heard about it. He's also, and this does link in with your lore, he is the first survivor to smile. So he has a smiling model. Most of the other survivors just frown or look stern or nervous. Yeah, he has that grin on his face despite whatever's happening. Even if he's being grabbed out of a locker or being torn apart by Hag. My favorite, and this is one of the reasons I continue to play Ace, in the Doctor's Mori, Ace looks amazing. There's just something about him. He goes slack jawed, but he's still got a grin on his face. It's beautiful. It is so beautiful.
I
And
want
also
to see that.
when he's asleep during the nightmare mode, when he's all asleep, he looks so funny. And he's also one of the few survivors to wear glasses. He has sunglasses, although he does have heads without them, and the head that I run is without glasses. I do wish they would make, and this is, if anybody's listening from Behavior, please, I wish they would make the mustached Ace with glasses, with plain glasses. I would run that shit, because currently I run the mustached Ace with the longer hair, but I would love to have glasses. So Ace's perks in alphabetical order, starting with his first, Ace in the Hole. All regular items that you retrieve from chests come equipped with 1 to 2 add-ons. In the first slot, you can get a visceral rarity item or lower. And in the second slot, you can get uncommon or lower. And they're both 100% chance. It also prevents, which is an additional thing that I didn't know, it prevents any add-ons on your held item not to be consumed. So you can go in with good add-ons with this perk, and they won't be consumed if you escape the trial. Ace in the hole applies its effect to anything that's guaranteed to be in a chest. So if you run it alongside pharmacy or residual manifest or some other perk that guarantees you a particular item from a chest, you will get those add-ons added onto it. And there is a really rare case, and this has never happened to me, but I don't run the perk very often. There is a rare case where you can get the same add-on twice if they are both uncommon or lower. And it's the only way you can put the same add-on twice on the same item, which is kind of interesting. It's impossible in any other way. This as a perk for me, it's not great. It's not great. It gives you stuff on items, but it means you've still got to go around and open chests. You're not guaranteed to get the add-ons or even the items that you want. It can turn chest plays into value, and it does have synergy with some item builds, which we'll talk about later when I talk about builds. It's a fun perk. It gives you a little bit of roulette in the middle of your game, I guess, as you open up a chest. But yeah, it's not a winning perk, much like Ace Visconti and his bar fights. The second perk is open-handed. This is the strongest of the three, if I may be so bold. This extends all survivor-based aura reading abilities by 16 meters, and it's shared across all survivors. Although it is very particular, so it will extend things like Kindred, Windows Opportunity, and Bond. Anything that is centered around the survivor, anything where the source emanates from the survivor. So it doesn't work with boil over because that is coming from the killer, the aura of hooks. It doesn't work with Noed because that's the aura's coming from the hex itself, not from the survivors. It doesn't work with wiretap because it's coming from the generator and not from the survivors. So it's only for auras that are centered around the survivors. It's very picky and peculiar like that. But it does extend everyone's aura reading by 16 meters, and that can be quite powerful actually. Any aura heavy builds, it's incredibly powerful in coordinated teams. It's incredibly powerful. Out of the three, this is probably the most underrated perk from Ace's arsenal. His third perk, Up the Ante. This unlocks the ability to self-unhook on the first hook stage for all survivors, which is a useful thing these days because you can't do that in normal gameplay. For every survivor still in the trial, you get 1 token, and each token up to 3% per survivor that's still in the things, up to 9%. So if you are the first person to try and self-unhook, you have a 9% addition to the regular unhook. Again, you are rarely going to unhook yourself anyway. This can work good with a build built around it, I guess, with slippery meat. Again, we'll talk about builds in a moment. It's incredibly weak in standard play, and it's again just another fun perk rather than a useful perk. An interesting bit of trivia is this is one of the oldest unchanged perks. It's only ever changed once since it was introduced into the game, and that was very recently when they did the you can't unhook uh, thing in the game. So since they added that you can't unhook, this allows you to unhook yourself. Which, meh. Is that something you really want? People going next. So yeah, three perks, three pretty perks. Do you have any knowledge or use of these, Lemon?
I don't think I have actually used any of them ever.
I I very rarely use them. I think at one point I ran Ace in the Hole for a little while when I was doing some chesty stuff. And I have ran open handed as a kind of support player before, but
Mm.
very rarely. And every time he's got very distinct perks. They're all like gambling related with hands of cards or poker chips. Every time when we're playing Chaos Shuffle and I see any of Ace's perks, I'm like, oh, it's a shit one. I don't even have to look it up because I'm like, oh, it's a
Yeah.
rubbish one. I don't know what it is, but it's rubbish. I guess it sort of fits into his character. He's a bit rubbish, isn't he? And that I think that's one of the reasons why I like him as a character.
He's a dad.
Anyway, if you do want to try Aces perks, let's talk about some builds you could run. Maybe you want to do a full casino build, up the ante, slippery meat, ace in the hole, deliverance, and just have unhook, look, chaos, and questionable ethics in your game. It's entirely up to you. Or maybe you want to do some aura control with ace, with open-handed kindred, windows of opportunity, and bond, just giving absolute maximum map awareness for the entire team. That could be quite good, actually. Or maybe you want to be the item king and run ace in the hole, built to last, streetwise, and sprint burst for item longevity and good item value in your game. Um, Ace is pretty beginner friendly. He's pretty flexible on his perks. There's nothing particularly specialized with them, although they do run into specialized builds. Um, he's not very sweaty as a player, although you do see sweaty aces, not running aces perks though. Um, and yeah, he values kind of creativity using his perks. If you are creative with it, I think you could come up with some fun builds, but he's not gonna be any meta perks in the near future. He rewards players who are good at adapting mid match. So let me talk about my ace experience, I guess, and then we can talk about your ace experience if you have any experience with aces. Ace is my main. Why is he my main? He's my main because he looks most like me, I think. I was going to go originally with Dwight because there is a Dwight with a mustache. Um, but it's not very defined, the mustache. I thought it was a bit rubbish. Then there's also a Jake build with a mustache. Again, I didn't really like his fits. I didn't like his other clothes. So I ended up with Ace because of the mustache, and then I kind of built around it. I realized that he had some interesting clothes. I started cosplaying as him. And the beauty of Dead by Daylight is it allows you to have loads of other fits. I love that he's smiling all the time as well. That is so good. The fact that he just runs around, everybody else is looking sad, and he's just grinning from ear to ear, looking like a dickhead. I love that. I love that so much.
Sometimes the smiling is a bit much when the whole situation is a bit tense,
Oh, it's so
and he just
good.
comes running there with his swagger, like, smiling.
It's so good. There's
Like,
nothing better than that jump scare at the start of my games when you've got the close-up camera and it pans around your character, and sometimes it's right
mm.
on in Ace's face. His little face just makes me smile every time. Also, I love the idea of a character that's all based around gambling and chaos and luck. I love that stuff.
And unluck.
And unluck as well. Usually unluck. I love that.
But yeah, I do get if some of the killers get the urge like Mika in the memories to just punch him in his head
Yep.
with
Yep.
that
Yep.
smile.
Yep. I can see that too. Every week, we like to choose a creator from the world of Dead by Daylight, someone who we enjoy, someone who we like to watch, or we like their work. And this week, we've chosen Optimal Trog. Um, I've chosen Optimal Trog because whenever I think of Ace in game, I think of Optimal Trog. He no longer really plays Ace. He now plays a lot of Yoichi, who we will come up to in chapter 23. But he was the first kind of Ace main that I remember watching and being like, oh, this is what an Ace Visconti should be. He should be somebody to be feared, but somebody who's having fun in the fog, running around and trying things. And sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. Optimal Trog is a fantastic, absolutely fantastic Dead by Daylight, both killer and survivor. But has a real kind of I'm just playing this for fun attitude. And will play to the fun side of it rather than sweat. Are you aware of Trog?
The name sounds familiar.
So if you have been in John's streams, you will not. He has penguins that he watches in between matches.
Yes, I have watched Penguins. That's him. Okay, I have not watched him play DBD at all. I've just watched Penguins, and I loved it.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's a really, really, really good, lovely
He's
Dead
so
by Daylight
nice.
player, and yeah, he's put the hours in to be really good, but he's also put the hours in so you can kind of play the game in a fun, enjoyable way. Yeah, there are lots and lots of other aces. The thing with having a main is you get to know people who main the same character. So there's lots of aces that I could have recommended this week, but I have to give props to Trog because it was the first real ace that I watched. And I remember thinking, that's what I want to be when I grow up.
Aww.
As always, the links are in the show notes if you want to go and watch Optimal Trog on Twitch.
Can I also pick a creator of the week?
Oh, yeah,
I know we normally don't do two,
go for it.
but Dogbomb playing Ace every Wednesday with his dice and his luck on stream, where if you sub, you can get a D20 dice and then play for chaos. And we love the chaos over there. Dogbomb doesn't always, but it's so much fun. I love the hoarder one where you go around and take items from every chest and then place them together in one spot and try to show it to the killer. That is so much fun. Or the games where you have to pick a bestie and then just try to do anything you can to keep that person safe throughout the whole game. It's so much fun. And then, for bits, we can play with his perks. So he will roll some dice, and then depending on the eyes of the dice, we can either remove all his perks, remove one, add one, or get him full new perks.
That never happens.
Yeah, he never gets full new perks, but we do remove perks quite often, and he looks a bit sad, but it's also enjoyable.
Well, that's why I play Dead by Daylight. I play Dead by Daylight to make it enjoyable.
So my pick for creator of the week would be Dogbomb, as he does play Ace as his main and cosplay. And he would
So
love to show people his leopard look with the shirt and the shorts.
I would. Do you know what look I'd love to show people, Lemon?
No, what
So
look?
I currently have, I think, 8 different costumes for
Mm,
Ace. I currently just webby the leopard skin, but
yeah.
I have like 8 different costumes for Ace. I have a ninth costume, Lemon. I
Ooh,
bought it 2 years ago. I bought a TwitchCon T-shirt. I
that's
have
true.
a Twitch shirt for Ace. Please, please behave. Just give me the Twitch. That's all I want. I just want a purple shirt. It would just go really well with the panties. The
It
leopard
would.
skin panties, the Twitch shirt. Come on.
Yeah,
Come on,
it would.
behavior.
So go watch Dogbomb, 10 o'clock UK time on a Wednesday. It's fun.
Who do we have coming up next week, Lemon?
Next week, we're going to look at the chapter Spark of Madness. So I think you can guess who it is, Dogbomb.
It is the Doctor,
Yes,
Herman, I believe his
Herman.
name is. Yeah. Don't know his full name, but I believe his first name is Herman.
All I know about the Doctor is that he should be, well, that he's based on a real Chinese doctor, which I find very exciting.
As a reminder, we do have a website, beyondcampfire.com, which has links to all major podcast platforms, tells you where to find us and how you can follow our socials, including, if you wish, come and watch my Twitch. We talked about doing a giveaway at 1,000 listeners, Lemon, and we are getting closer.
We are. It's going faster and faster every week. I'm loving it.
I like it, yeah.
So thank you to everyone who's listening, and please keep sharing. It means a lot to us.
Do you have any questions for the listeners this week, Lemon?
Yes, my question this week is if anyone has ever looked at a slug and thought, I wonder how it tastes.
Do you think we're going to get many responses on that one, Lemon?
Yes, I hope so.
We'll
I'm
see.
simple minded, okay?
My question is based around Ace. Does anyone have any lucky stories they can share about Dead by Daylight? Do you have any memorable, like, God, that was lucky in that particular game? Like a lucky moment or a lucky thing that happened? Maybe you got bled out on the hatch, and just before you were about to bleed out, the hatch opened up right underneath you or something like that. Yeah, any stories around luck from your games or your history with Dead by Daylight? And while everybody clutches onto their lucky alligator's tooth, remember, play safe out there and don't get hooked.